name's Tim Ward. I'm a public artist. I'm based in Essex, so originally from Manchester, and I focus on doing public art. I've done many different sculptures and art features within the public realm, in this country and in other countries as well. I attended Goldsmiths College and focused on fine art, doing painting, some sculptural work, but mainly relief. Was always very interested in using different materials. When I finished Goldsmiths, which was quite a while ago, I came out and, like many artists, was wondering where to go and what to do. And one of the key things that I was interested in was actually working in public spaces, putting artwork within the public domain. I was always very interested in that, and also possibly working with communities. I worked originally for a company in the Northwest, a touring company that focused on doing visual arts and performance for about 5 years, and then I moved to London and worked for a company called Freeform Arts Trust, which was working with architects. It was artist-led, but architects, designers all came together to implement different schemes, public art, landscaping, environmental schemes. And then about 12 years ago, I created my own company, Circling the Square, which is predominantly focusing on doing my design within sculptures and artwork. At the moment, we're located within one of my fabricators, which is Pleshy Forge, they're also based in Essex, and they will fabricate the steelwork side of my sculptures. Some of my previous commissions, probably one of the more well-known ones, was the John Egging Memorial, which was in Bournemouth. It's actually on the cliff overlooking the sea, and I think because of the poignancy of what it's about, John Egging actually crashed while doing a display for the Red Arrows. It attracts quite a lot of attention, and it's seen on the web, and different people film it and take photographs and so on. Another one that's quite well known is the Bilston Leisure Centre, which is in Wolverhampton, which is where I combine lighting with steelwork and glass, and some photographic imagery as well. I tend to use quite a few different materials within my projects. Other ones, I've done work for the Royal Parks, creating a drinking fountain which is in Hyde Park near Pall Mall, and also I did a kind of earthwork installation in Kensington Gardens as well. My proposal for Bracknell for the station approach roundabout was what I've called is Forest Lights. It's a tall sculpture, and it would be internally lit, and this is a maquette for the sculpture. It would be about 8 meters high, so it would be very dominant, and it would have lighting in each of these tubes. It would be coloured lighting as shown in terms of the colours there, and it would be using a quite unusual technique because it would be 3D laser cut. Basically the tubes would be laser cut three-dimensionally, and then there would be polycarbonate tubes inside that, and we would have LED lighting shining down inside them with the colour. There would be a seat which acts as a brace for the tubes as well, where people can sit, and it will be accessible. Where there's quite a lot of planting and shrubs at the moment, people would be able to walk in there and say wait for taxis and so on. As I say, it's very tall. It could be seen from the road, but also from commuters travelling on the train. So it almost makes a bit of a landmark for Bracknell. What particularly interested me within Bracknell in terms of the sculpture was trying to combine a sense of the forests, which is obviously important to Bracknell, and regeneration, looking to the future. Within the tubes, the columns, would be leaves found from trees within the forest, hornbeam, cedar and oak. But saying that, I would like to kind of explore that with the community within, say, design workshops, to look at possible other leaves or other silhouettes or images that we could incorporate in the tubes. Also, the bench creates an opportunity for some community involvement in the design. In terms of regeneration, I think I'm looking at the overall shape, the curve, dramatic curve, the height, the incorporation of lighting, to looking for the future. Going back to the forest, the colours represent the seasonal change, going from spring to the greens of summer through to autumn colours. The fabrication process within this would be steel, and it would be laser cut three-dimensionally, which effectively means that they would be in the skin of the steel, holes would be cut, and it's all done by computer. And I've used this technique a number of times with the sculptures you can see around here. There is laser cutting within leaves, where the apples have been added as well as cast items. This is examples of the steel work. A lot of it is laser cut, so there's that layer of fabrication, and then it's fitted together, polished, and there will be colour added to it, as see with the wheat there, but also in this one, in this instance, there will be photographic panels actually incorporated in the backrest. Well, we could do something similar with the Bracknell one, to say add a backrest with some photographic imagery. It all depends on what's required. In terms of the themes and the style of the sculpture, the combination of nature with regeneration is very close to my heart in terms of what I do. I've done a number of projects where I've incorporated natural forms. It usually connects well with communities. It's accessible for people to see that, but also trying to incorporate that with regeneration and be a little bit more modern and contemporary. So trying to combine the two, so we've got create a sculpture for the future but is relevant to people and the particular area. And I think using the forest theme, and if I can work that with communities and kind of making it better, it would be very good for Bracknell.